Hey Libra, happy March. How are you? I hope you're doing well with the current energies that are just wacko. You're just wacko. But, ground yourself, drinking lots of water, paying attention to what your body needs so that it can stabilize in these energies. All good stuff. So let's see. What does Libra most need to know? Happy March, you guys. Oh, all right. Okay, I thought that was one card, but it's not. We get the flowering card and the inner voice. Flowering and inner voice. Okay. And then we get the thunderbolt and the sorrow. Oh, Libra, what's going on? What's going on? These cards would indicate that maybe you think something is going on, but it's not really going on. Almost like a projection, but it looks like it's coming from the past. So like if you've had an abusive relationship, if you had somebody cheat on you and you haven't done anything to process that, it looks like you are focused on the past and projecting it into the future, and therefore truncating or limiting what is possible for you now. So my friend, do your very best to process the stuff from the past so that you can be more in the present moment. And I know it's really hard because sometimes stuff from the past can be really traumatic. And if you had somebody die and they died a horrible death, or if your parents used to argue and you were like, I don't want a relationship, or if you had a tyrannical boss at another career opportunity, sometimes that can be really hard to understand that it wasn't a life sentence, that it wasn't something that was punishing you, but rather it's something that is teaching you, expanding you. And so we just want to be mindful of our thoughts and just understand the law of correspondence states as above, so below. So whatever your internal reality is, that's what you're going to experience in your external reality. So we want to be really mindful about the quality of our thoughts, because that's what we're going to experience. So what does Libra most need to know? Could it be romance? Could it be work? What does Libra, thank you. What does Libra most need to know? We got the tuning in card. Oh, okay. And a bunch on the ground. All right, so let's see. What does Libra? Thanks. All right. So we get the tuning in and the isolation cards. One more, please, for Libra. Thank you. Well, a ticket. All right, so Libra, it seems like Source is really driving this point home. Whatever that is has created a blockage, a limitation with the isolation card. And if we can do some work on why we feel this way, meditation, walking in nature, doing your very best to hang out with you so that all of this stuff comes to the surface, and you can journal about it, or you can go have some good Reiki, or you can talk to a therapist about it, and then treat yourself like you would a child. Have patience with yourself. Understand that the trauma from the past is very real, and that sometimes we grieve in different ways that can take longer than maybe how somebody else is grieving. So Libra, to recap, there is something very real that has happened that we need to take a look at and do our very best to process so that we can move on. And I don't know if you've ever heard people say to forgive, but forgiveness is for you. You are releasing the power that something has over you. It's not for the other person. You never even have to tell the other person you forgive them, but you are releasing the control that something has over you. And so we want to do our best to do that so that we can live again, so that we step out of this limited way of being and living. And then we want to do our very, very best to hang out with ourselves and to treat ourselves like we would a child, and have patience and speak to ourselves in a loving way. Because whatever it was very real, but it's time now. It's time to process it so we can live again. And Libra, if there is a question that you've always been like, I want to know, hold that question, yes or no, in your mind right now. Hold whatever that question is in your mind. Hold it in your mind. What is it that you want to know? Hold that question in your mind. All right. So we get the Star card, and this is a yes. This is a yes. So Libra, I hope that you enjoyed this reading and that it was helpful in some way. And if you did like it, and if it was helpful to you, would you please like, share, and subscribe to the channel? It helps the channel so much. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again soon. And bye for now.